It's something that we call a project called life. It's your life. It's your enhancement. It's something that you want to change. So
If you are a sportsman, for example, and you want to win Olympia, you won't do this by your own. Like you maybe train a bit for yourself, but it's obvious that you are looking for people that have the same desire.
life is evolution. It never stops. And as a person, you also need to evolve, not stop.
As soon as I shift my priorities to be here and to move towards the source, to look always to this connection to the source, to truly step on the path, to make this decision to 100%, it actually gives me all the energy that I need.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining our today's webinar. My name is Elman, and today I'm with Luca and Kenta, our speaker guest, and we're from the World of Awakening community. We're a community of spiritual seekers, and we help others to go through some life challenges. We help each other on our spiritual growth.
And a couple of years ago, I decided to totally switch my life. I really had this feeling that I wasn't on the place, on the path where I needed to be. And it was actually something that I already had from a very young age, that I was always on a search for something different. So that's why the spiritual path really resonates with me. And I can say that I really feel that I'm moving forward like it should be. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Luca, and I'm 28 years old. I don't want to roll out all my personal story here. I want to make it short. With 18, I started to get really, really sick. So I had like this turning point in my life, and I started to seek what is, making me healthy. What can I do in order to improve my life? And I came across a lot of practices, a lot of methods, a lot of tries. And at some point, I noticed that just fixing one area of your life is not simply enough. You need something deeper, something was missing.
So basically, what we see on the spiritual path is that a lot of people focus on one area of their life. And if you really focus on that 100%, you will thrive in that. But what people forget a lot is that they have multiple things that they need to focus on. But we just do not have enough energy to align everything. It's just some basic science. You will probably notice it also in your life. You can have one or two spheres, but all of them, it's very difficult if you're just not present in that moment. What I see right now, definitely in the 21st century, is that a lot of people get distracted. To be in here is that you have a clear goal, something that is so moving you forward, something that really aligns with every area that you have. And the second thing is, and this is, I think, the most important one, is that you don't do it for yourself. It's nice that you focus on your career and say, yeah, I do it for myself, but it would be much more nicer if you can build a career that can help other people. Because what you do for yourself, you want to create this happiness in all spheres of your life. But I think it's much more nicer when you can do it for other people also. So you start with yourself, you expand in your close area, and before you know it, you expand much more. And this is actually what we are doing also in World of Awakening. Well, if you focus on all the problems that you will have no energy at all. It's just how life works. If you focus on someone else, you will see that you create happiness in that sphere anyway, because you are helping someone else. And if you help someone else, you can actually see that you create happiness for yourself. So it's something like it's life itself. Life itself is energy. And what you give, you will get back in return. Life is evolution, it never stops. And as a person, you also need to evolve, not stop. Because the moment you stop, basically you turn back into your mind, you will get these thoughts like, I'm not good enough, I cannot do this. I think a lot of people can resonate with that because I was there also, but I just started to think differently in life. Desire of really connecting with life itself, with the energy, the source, the common thing, what you're here to do on Earth, I would say, you will definitely see that everything just aligns with that. It's just important that you are aware. You need to be aware of what gives you energy and what takes your energy. And you will see that everything will align perfectly.
So when we speak about the path, it means like this one movement to the source, to this energy that we are all from and that we are all going into again. And for me, this was like this realization came quite, well, it built it up in such a way for me that I saw at some point it doesn't make sense to do anything else but to move on this path. As soon as I shift my priorities to be here and to move towards the source, to look always to this connection to the source, to truly step on the path, to make this decision to 100%, it actually gives me all the energy that I need in order to fulfill my business, in order to fulfill my relationships, in order to have enough energy for my health and everything else. So basically, my experience showed that getting on the path solves every other area of your life if you are patient enough. Because this is also what I experienced. It's not how the way you want it to happen. So there's an example like you want to make a lot of money and but your health is really bad at this point. When you are start to move on this path, getting more energy of the source for your life, it just corrects in that way that is needed for your best. So life wouldn't like help you with the money if you are like nearly to die or your body is really sick. It will heal your body first, and then you might be lucky in the business area as well. So this is for me a whole journey of trusting, a whole journey of stepping over myself, and a whole journey of being okay with the things and how they move for me, knowing that they just happen in the best possible way for me.
That it's a movement, it's not a state that you're in. So it's not like spiritual path means that you are this. It means that it's always moving, it's always aligning, it's always talking to you as well. It always has the best intention for you. And also, like with the meditations, the practices, if you can see that everything around you, you can use it as a tool, not like you use it, but you see it as a tool for your progress, for your movement, which is actually the most important thing in here. It's you moving towards the source. Life doesn't want us to be like having this duality. When you are on this path, it means that everyone is equal. You are not there, they are not there. It's your movement to help these people with the knowledge that you have, to help them move to that state also. This is what life wants from us. Life wants us to exit this matrix, to what you have learned, to give it to others.
Is your inner desire to have this connection with life all the time. So the path does not mean now I think about the life and I want to connect right now a bit. And then I do some business here and I do family there and whatever. This is not the path. The path is when you're constantly striving, like in every moment of time, to enhance this connection towards life. It's like an eternal state that you never forget about, that you are doing this right now. And this movement happens just in this moment with whatever you do, or with whatever person you speak. When I speak with you guys, I know right now that this is like I'm talking or communicating with the source. I'm striving towards this, like it's this internal connection that you try to enhance all the time. And this is where the beauty starts to open up in life. When you do this and when you shift your priority towards that, life opens up all the miracles for you. Like it's this feeling of you are always, it doesn't matter where you are always perfectly there.
You mentioned about the constant work. There was also a question in the chat about the inner work. What kind of inner work or constant work?
Yeah, I can maybe add to that. So let's go to the point where you're actually born. When you were born as a baby, there is just no issues that you have. You're pure consciousness. From the moment you go to a certain age, you actually learn from your environment, and you get some concepts, some things, some problems. You create doubts, fears, because you basically get this pushback from life. But it's not that life actually tells you that this is wrong. It just wants you to learn something. So when it comes to this inner work, it just it's hard work. It's not like it rainbow and sunshines in here. It really is like you face something, you go through that. You will feel these emotions, but you're not becoming these emotions. You're not becoming this fear. You're not becoming these doubts. You were there already. Go through that. And you will see behind that wall, something new opens because you already went through this shitstorm, I would say, to this shitstorm. Next time when it happens, you will not get affected by it that much. And every time it will come more and more, and you will have many difficulties to cross. But do know that life, your life, is actually a constant movement. You always learn, you always enhance, and you always go on that path. And this is where you need to focus on. Like if you have the desire, if you have the goal, if you have the willpower to really do it, even when you don't feel like it and you just do it, magic starts to happen. Things start to align. Problems will, it doesn't even exist anymore. You will start believing in yourself, what you're doing. And this is the main thing also.
Trap is I know it all. I myself went into this trap like haven't counted like 1 or 2 or 3 times that my ego like started to. I made some progress on my path. I did some practices here and there, and then it was like very subtle. It was not even seen for myself. Now I know it. I figured it out. Nobody can teach me anything anymore. I know how this game is working, and I play now by myself. This is also like really serious path, like trap on the path. Yeah.
And how can we measure the progress? Well, I mean, first of all, the path is not we're going somewhere, is we are changing. So our perception changes, and we start seeing things in a different way. And the outer world changes only when our inner world change. And sometimes it's difficult to see how much I changed. And sometimes it feels like I'm not going anywhere, I'm not changing. But I was really surprised that from time to time I meet people that I haven't met for 6 months, a year, and they look at me and say, "Oh, you changed, you look more alive, or you look more happy, even your face changed and skin changed." And so there's something in your eyes. And so a feedback from others would be a good kind of measurement of
It's life
how I'm
talking to you.
changing. Yeah.
That I'm moving towards this. This is what excites me. This is what brings me to life. And I can like I don't know how else like to measure this or whatever. If it even matter. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also important. Like we are here talking today, but and we are sharing, but it's also that we want to give to you guys a way to make it happen for yourself. It's something that we call a project called life. It's your life. It's your enhancement. It's something that you want to change. So I think we would like to help in that.
So how can they move faster?
So to follow the pull is always a good sign. So when you feel that something is pulling you by heart, it generally means that your soul is calling you to your destiny, to the path, to moving towards it. So it can happen to you in an event or like before, like you something pops up, some retreat, some whatever, like, and you feel this internally. You feel that your heart like longs for this. Then the best way is, of course, to follow this.
We share with others. This is the most important thing. What we actually learn, we share with others. And we see in our community members is that we can actually see those changes and they can see the changes in others. And basically, when you have a very big group of people, which we'll actually call a team or your environment, you will move faster because you're not doing it by yourself. You feel like someone cares. But this is also life talking to you. it has a lot of requirements actually also to be on this path.
If you are a sportsman, for example, and you want to win Olympia, you won't do this by your own. Like you maybe train a bit for yourself, but it's obvious that you are looking for people that have the same desire. It's no secret at all that if you want to achieve something faster and more effective, then you go and unite with people. And this is what we are doing here. We unite under the goal to go towards the source. And as side effect, our life improves, everything like inner work again, because if people come together, of course there's friction between each other. You need to be ready to look at yourself. You will face, you will become feedback, and maybe it is not comfortable for you, but if you're ready to unite, you can, like, the possibilities are endless. And we are talking so much about human beings are capable of everything. And this is actually what we are figuring out here in World of Awakening as a team together. We are moving in the most effective, most even comfortable way, how I figured out for myself, and can like feel this life even deeper and more before it ends, obviously.
The best practices that we have, we just put them together, and this is what we give. Well, the teacher is also important because he had already crossed some kind of level of consciousness, which we actually are striving towards. And like what we are doing, we also have some kind of development, and this is what we're teaching other people that didn't reach that level yet. So he is actually somewhere on a higher level. And what we see is that we are evolving ourselves very fast.
It's not only the practices, but a whole system arranged. So this movement is the most effective right now. I find it really interesting, like the fact to mention that, of course, there are ancient books and other methods, other people who went this path already, but the requirements of us in these times are much, much higher than 1,000 years ago. For one person alone, it's kind of not impossible, but it's raw that a person alone will make it through like this whole path by himself. This is why we're gathering together and unite as a team in order to have a chance to do this. The path itself, it's practical. And there is like a certain point where you see that all the theory, you need to do it. You need to put it into action. Otherwise, it's no way to talk about it. You can't achieve something. You can't. It's everywhere in life like this, and the path is no exception for this. If you not want it or have no desire to do it, it all won't help you at all. You can try for a long, long time to go through all the traditions, all the methodologies. It needs to, like, I don't know, this desire needs to be there. It needs to be very strong in order to go that way.
There will be more ongoing webinars, so watch for our Instagram, email, social network, and we'll be glad to see you again.